Good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to start off real nice and slow. Let's try some breathing. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Slow down, quiet the noise in your head. Slow down, watch the thoughts float on by.
So good morning.
Morning.
Beautiful. I'm Reverend Sharon Dunn-Alberg, your senior minister, your spiritual director, welcoming you. And today is a special day in that we're not going to have our usual program. We're going to have a kind of a twofold ritual, if you will, ceremony where we are going to let go of the old and welcome in the new. How does that sound? So we had our evening of blessings on Friday night, which was fantastic. And I want to thank the ministers and practitioners who joined us for our evening of blessings. And I think last time, Diane, you were here. You're from Kansas. We welcome you. And she decided to take it to her center and start an evening of blessings. And this last Friday night, David Clark, Reverend David, was here, and he said he's going to do it at his center. So I encourage all of you to come to our annual evening of blessings, and I believe that we're going to start out saying good morning to each other, and then we're going to share some demonstrations, if we have any, which is answered prayer, if you will. Something that might have happened that you had hoped would happen. And so let's, how we do the namaste greeting, and what namaste means is the spirit in me sees the spirit in you. And it's translated in many ways. We say the divine light in me honors the divine light in you. Sometimes I say the God in me sees the God in you. It depends on how you resonate with your greetings. And how we do it is we have a prayer hand position. We do that not only for our opening greeting, but we also do that for our benediction, which in the wintertime kind of keeps us safe, doesn't it? From hugging and coughing on one another and such. And by the way, we have Kleenexes all over for any of you who, I heard from the band, use your Kleenex. So we want to keep each other safe, but we also want to look into each other's eyes and see the spirit in each other. So let's do that. Let's greet 3 people with a namaste greeting. Wonderful. That's wonderful. All right. So we are going to have some ceremony today. So we do encourage everyone to turn their cell phones off. What do I say? God may be calling you, but probably not on your cell phone. And we are going to be listening for that wee small voice today, so we don't want to be interrupted with a ringing. And so here we are with demonstrations. And is there a demonstration that you want to share from Friday night's Evening of Blessings?
Yes, absolutely there is. I have been on a path of healing and getting better. And Friday I worked relatively hard trying to get the first of these soffits in and continue to build our center, and I was feeling it when I got done. I was exhausted and tired and in a little pain, and more than a little in some places. And after meeting with a few of the practitioners and pastors, about halfway through, I was pain-free. I woke up Saturday morning completely pain-free, and I feel 100% now. It does work.
So Larry got a healing during the Evening of Blessings, and we want to give him a big thanks for our first soffit. So I don't think the camera will have the elephant ears behind me today, so that'll be fun. Are there any other demonstrations? One demonstration is seeing you again. Oh, it is so good to see you. Long time no see. It's wonderful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a demonstration in the house. Any other demonstrations that we have? Carol Marr.
I loved the Evening of Blessings.
Oh.
Powerful prayers. Powerful prayers. I can't say I absolutely zapped at a healing, but I did feel like in the last couple of days I was sort of on the same line of health issues that I just felt good.
You just feel better.
And it was so grateful it was so great to have such powerful prayers.
It was wonderful. So Carol Marr is raving about our Evening of Blessings as well, that she's feeling better. And I want to thank the ministers and practitioners who texted me that day who were sick, experiencing illnesses and couldn't come. I'm glad they stayed home, but they said they would be praying from home. And I wanted you to know that. So we're going to get on. Thank you so much. We're going to move on. Let's do our vision, our mission, and our purpose statement together. Our vision: we are a welcoming sanctuary community where all are accepted, valued, and supported in the global family. And our mission: We inspire personal and global transformation through the teachings of Science of Mind. And our purpose? In joy and love, we connect in service to all life. So it is more than my honor and privilege to bring up Reverend Patricia to take us deeper. Take us deeper.
It's always glorious to be here. Oh, and to see everybody. Ooh. Join with me, if you will, in that same wonderful space that Laura and Sue brought us, that deep stillness. For in the stillness there is always the presence of the One. But it is in the stillness that we remember to connect and to hear. That presence, that love that moves through us, in us, as us. That light, the light of the world that moves through us and that we shine out. And we come here today to honor that light, to celebrate that light, to be in community, to be the community of light. And all that transpires here today is a gift for us to become more powerful beacons of light unto this world. It is why we are here. And I give thanks. And I open myself to being the light. And so it is.
Yes.
In today's readings, this is from Ernest Holmes. There is a power transcended beyond our needs, our little wants. Demonstrating a dime is good if one needs it, or healing oneself of a pain is certainly good if one has it. But beyond all that, at the real feast at the tabernacle of the Almighty, in the temple of the living God, in the banquet hall of heaven, there is something beyond anything that you and I have touched.
Shay.
Do I decorate my life with spirit, or is my life a demonstration of what the divine can be as me? From Reverend Sonny Cantrell Smith, who is CSL's leader. And from Albert Einstein. A human being is part of the whole, called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. They experience themselves, their thoughts and feelings, as something separated from the rest, a kind of delusion of their consciousness. This delusion is a prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. And from Sean Genride in the Four Pivots. If we look deep within for a moment and ask how we can change our outlook, we will at least be on the right track. I've heard someone say that if we want something we've never seen, we have to do something we've never tried. Mm-hmm. And now I'm going to hand this over to our beautiful musicians.
There are thoughts that do not serve me. I'm gonna write them down. Take the paper, toss it in the fire. Watch it burn, burning bowl, burning bowl. I let it go in the burning bowl. Let go of the pain, let go of the sorrow, let go of the past. Make a promise to be my best self, to testify. Create a life I love. Burning bowl, burning bowl. I let it go in the burning bowl. Burning bowl, burning bowl. I let it go in the burning bowl.
How perfect. And last year when we did the Burning Bowl ceremony, we want to do this annually because I love it. And people were a little bit freaked out about the flash paper on fire. And I really kind of felt like that was a distraction. That if they were scared, they weren't able to stay with the releasing of that which they want to let go of. And so this year we're going to do a dissolving bowl where we're going to write the things we want to write, the things we want to let go of for 2024 and not take with us in 2025. And I was thinking, maybe there's someone at school that you want to think better of, or you want to have, you don't want to have the same thoughts about school that you have, and you want to have better thoughts. You can write it down on the paper, you can put it in the bowl, and it will melt away. Or maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's forgiveness. Maybe we're carrying a resentment. Yes? So we're going to do two things today. We're going to write down what we would like to let go of, but then we're also going to do what is called a white stone ceremony, where we're going to write on a white stone what we do want, what we want to take into 2025, and you get to take that home. And you get to work with that intention. We don't make New Year's resolutions. At least I don't. Because a week after I make one, where did that go? Maybe I'm going to join a gym. That's kind of the usual, right? And the gym membership's quite expensive. Then at the end of the year, you realize you went twice and you spent all that money, right? So we don't make resolutions. We set intentions. And that's very much part of the science of mind, isn't it? Where we have a infinite potential to choose from. We call it waves of potential. And we set an intention, we focus on something that we want, and it literally collapses into particle, collapses into form, and becomes our reality. And so we're going to do a couple of rituals here today before the new year. We want to do this before the new year. And then what's wonderful is that Reverend Debbie is going to do a vision board after the new year, where right away we can start to develop that intention. We can collect pictures out of magazines and put it on the board and give us visuals if you're a visual learner, or words if you're, or images, whatever it is that helps you to remember and to focus. Keep that focus on that which you desire. And that's the whole purpose here, is that Spirit, if you will, gives us the keys to the kingdom. Now, we can lose the keys. You know, where are they? Where did I put the keys? You know, I don't know if you've ever lost your keys. Or we can, Larry and I have lost our keys enough so that we have a beautiful key rack that is easy to get to. We've had to move it because if it's too far away, you just throw it anywhere. So it has to be right there where you come in, you put the key where it is. That's kind of how it is with Spirit. We have to keep our eye on the prize, and Spirit wants to give us the keys to the kingdom. So the ceremony for the dissolving bowl, the dissolving paper, is for you to be thinking about maybe fear is something. Has anyone ever felt fear? There it is. Fear of something that you'd like to have happen, but that's never going to happen for me. That's going to happen for her. Or that's going to happen for him. I've done that where I was told once to tour mansions that are open houses, you know, and go in because, you know, I would walk in a mansion and think, that can't happen to me. You know, that happens to rich people. And if we have that thought, guess what happens? That'll never happen to you. That will only happen to rich people. The mind is a wonderful thing. And thoughts are things, correct? And so there might be grief. Now, grief is a wonderful emotion that is inevitable. Should we have let go of a loved one, let go of a four-legged family member, a two-legged, maybe a friendship, maybe a behavior, a way of being. For example, I think I told you the week, Sunday after the election, that I have not watched the news. I still have not watched the news. And it's kind of weird. You know, it's kind of, I'm you know, it's like gossip. I really want to, what's going on? You know, what's going on out there? And, you know, it's so freeing. Larry and I talk about, we were addicted to the news. We were watching it several times a day, hanging on, white knuckling, and it's so freeing. But there's a part of me that's curious, that wants to be in the, no. And so I might write that down today. Let go. Let that go for real. Like you've done a great job in creating a new discipline. But even though we have a new discipline, does that mean that we've really let go of that thing? Not necessarily. But we could today. We could say, okay, for reals, I'm done. I'm done needing to be curious. Rather, what else can I spend my thoughts on? What is more valuable and what serves humanity more than me wanting to know what's wrong in the world? Okay? So it can be anything. It can be a past experience. You know, have you ever defined yourself by a past experience? Literally, there's a practice called the I am practice. You know, I am overweight. I am old. I am fill in the blank. I am a behavior. I am from a family that. So that I am. There are many past experiences that we attach to. That we really don't have to. We don't even have to tell the story anymore. Now that's a tough one. That's kind of like watching the news. You can stop telling the story, but you might be like, God, I wish I could tell that story. Well, here's somebody I may never see again. I'm going to tell the story over here. So it's those things that kind of hang on. And if you think it's not important, I beg to differ. Because what we're doing is making room. You know, I didn't realize by touring mansions, I finally get to live on a boat. I didn't know what my home was until I met my riverboat man and realized my whole life is happening right now. I get to have the mansion of my dreams and actually a fleet. So I encourage you to be thinking, will you do that? Be thinking about what you want to let go of. We're going to write it down. In fact, the practitioner and the ministers are going to come forward, and they're going to pass out the paper and pass out the pens, and they're going to take their time passing them out, because don't be paying attention to them passing it out. Be paying attention to what's alive in you that you are ready to release. And maybe it's two things. You might need two papers. Maybe it's two things. Oh, maybe it's three things. Take your time. Our ceremony, as you are thinking about that which you want to release and thinking about that which you want to bring into your life, Carmen is going to open our ritual.
So when I was talking to Reverend Sharon about her desires of the center, I asked her to give me one word, and she mentioned expansion and growth. And I was thinking about what was shared earlier today, and in honor of the Spirit of Center and the value of mission, how this oneness actually can be manifested in so many different forms and ways across gender, race, religions, and all that. So I thought I'll open the blessing. We're calling on the divine beings from different spiritual traditions. And I invite you to either, if you feel like you can put your hands on your heart or just drop into your heart and just connect with that love frequency that is truly available to all of us. We are one in the infinite wholeness of all that is. We are one with each other. We are one with the divine. We call upon the divine beings, all the different names from different spiritual traditions, inviting them to come into this space to support us in dissolving any and all limitations that are in our heart's desires and solidify the intention that we set forth for 2025 and beyond. We call upon Mother Mary, Saint Mary Magdalene, Black Madonna. We call upon Our Lady of Guadalupe, Shehina, the Jewish matriarchs, Rebecca, Sarah, Leah, Rachel, Miriam. We call upon Gaia, Mother Earth, Prakriti, Mother Nature. We invite Isis, Hathor, Athena, Aphrodite, Sekhmet, Artemis, Ocean, Ostara, Yamaya. We invite Mother Lakshmi, Saraswati, Durga, Kali, Parvati. We invite Goddess Nut, Persephone. And we invite the infinite presence of everyone here in this space and also online, and whoever that will ever watch this replay. Allow the divine frequency, that oneness, that presence to touch everyone's heart and mind and body and cells. And we invite Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit, Abraham and Moses, the divine presence of Muhammad, Lord Buddha, Lao Tzu, Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Lord Ram. And we invite the Ascended Masters, Babaji, Sananda, Serapis Bey, Dual Kul Katumi, Saint Germain, Brother Francis of Assisi, Lady Nada, Hilarion, Lentil, Almoya, King Solomon and Mighty Victory. And we invite all the gurus and all the archangels into the space, and the devas who support the elements of fire, air, water, earth, ether, and cosmic plasma. Thank you all the great ones to support us as we come together today in this sacred ceremony to dissolve any and all limitations, any of the thought forms, structures, patterns, and old agreements and relationships, any and all that no longer serve, allowing the beautiful fire and water elements to dissolve all these limitations and transmute them into the light, allowing that light to illuminate our heart and our mind and our soul and our body and our cells, the structure in our bones, allowing this beautiful light to steep into the cells in our system, enlivening our multidimensional system so that we can anchor deeply into the intention that we set forth for 2025 and beyond, individually and collectively. And we trust that this oneness, one presence that is manifested in multitude, infinite versions of divine forms are coming together in this space to support us at this time and beyond. And with all our hearts, we surrender to thy will. Thank you. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Carmen. That was beautiful. Thank you. So if you're ready and you would like to come up and dissolve forever that which no longer has an attachment to you, you can come up one at a time. You can drop your paper in and watch it dissolve, and if you are so called, you can turn around and say what it is, or just simply go back to your seat. And keep your pen, because you're going to need it for your white stone.
My limiting beliefs.
You can come up the sides if you like, and then go back down the middle.
Fear of a ticking clock.
The past is only limits.
Procrastination, fear, self-doubt, and complacency.
To give myself time and space to love myself, to honor where I am.
To let go of fear and anger of oneself.
To let go of old expectations of others and regret.
Especially, I wrote several things down, but especially animosity and resentment, familial with all the politics.
Letting go of fear of the unknown, messing up, being wrong, and not enoughness. And letting go of old cycles.
I didn't have a being myself. As far as being critical of myself and of others, changing my thinking about pain and all of that.
I wrote the doubt, jealousy, fear, and the number one thing that I want to let go is paranoia, which I realize was put into my DNA because of my parents' experience with World War II. What happened to the German people after they lost the war, and that is deep in my DNA. Need to overcome it, and that's what I plan to do this year.
Feeling so flat and that I'm not enough. I would like to put that in here. I picked up accidentally 4 pieces. Thank you.
Namaste, y'all.
Stopping myself before I start things out of fear that it won't be perfect. So, ego.
Find clearer voice.
go of shame.
Being open and purposefully and properly formed.
Fear of anything happening to Larry, just the most beautiful, symbiotic love affair. And yeah, that family
There's page with my grandson, appearance and guilt, protection, judgment, anger, and
Rewards and fighting.
Thank you so much. Right? How does that feel?
Wonderful.
Okay, well, let's continue. So now I'm going to talk about the white stone ceremony that we're about to embark on. So I want to share with you some context around the white stone. Are you all familiar with the white stone?
No.
Okay, enough of you are not. Thank you. So put it out of your mind when I talk about it again next year. But the white stone ceremony is a spiritual practice, and it is based on the idea that spirit supports the life purpose of each person, each sentient being, not just human. But spirit is always in support, but not controlling us. In some faiths, there's a belief that spirit is controlling. God is controlling us. God is punishing. But that is not our belief, and it's not the belief of many. Rather, that spirit waits for it to be recognized, unified with, that it can then share its power. So we're really using the very power of the infinite. And how are we able to do that? It is because we are created in its likeness. I call it the soul of each sentient being. That our soul is really the imprint, the designation to come to this incarnation, but it doesn't die with our body. It is ever expanding. And so it is the soul work of the sentient being to see the soul in each person, to live from the soul, to live a soulful life. And so we are co-creating. And so this ceremony is written in many scriptures. The Bible in Revelation 2:17 says, "Whoever has ears, let them hear what Spirit says. To the one who is victorious, I will give some of the hidden manna, the good. I will also give that person a white stone with a new name written on it, known only to the one who receives it." So when we write on our stone that word that comes to us in the meditation that we're going to do, it is that word that becomes your manna for 2025. Does this make sense? Okay. And the ear that it talks about, whoever has ears, okay, this ear is not referring to an outer ear, but the ear of the soul. Isn't that beautiful? The ear of the soul, which is within each of us. This refers to the ear that hears the still small voice. as it whispers. And we develop this inner listening quality by getting out of our head or intellect and connecting with our heart through prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation is just one way that we take the journey from our heads to our hearts. I think music from the One Love Band helps us. I see other musicians that hear the music of God, the sound of God. We all hear the music in different ways. In the days of wandering in the wilderness with Moses, the manna was that which God sent down each day. The people had only to go and collect it. There's nothing for us to do here. We don't have to push it. We don't have to figure out how. All we have to do is become aware and focus on it. This is quantum physics. And I will give a white stone, and on the white stone is written a new name. This comes to us in the meditation. And so what we're going to do in the meditation is we're going to relax. We're going to be in the stillness, in the quiet, which is how we evoke the presence. And everyone does it different. Some might do it through music. My son used to say, I'm with God when I'm surfing, when I'm sitting on my board beyond the waves. I am that is. Some people might be fishing, hiking. The White Stone ceremony is a time to listen to the voice of spirit or your higher power or your inner self. Inner wisdom, we can call it. During the meditation, you're instructed to write the word or a short phrase on your rock. And this ceremony generally takes place before the new year. Why wouldn't you want to do it after the new year? No. We want to set our intention before. It's kind of like when you have your birthday and you set your birthday wishes before the time of your birth. There's just something magical about setting an intention. Being the captain of your own vessel. We're going to hold the stone during the meditation, but not as a distraction. You're going to listen for your purpose, for your reason, for your word, and you don't know it yet. Isn't that exciting? This is the gift of the White Stone ceremony. And then you're going to work with the new name. Throughout the year, you're going to have that stone visible to you, and you're going to work with it. And so right now, Reverend Patricia is going to pass out the stones, and everyone is going to take their stone, and as we do that, I will move over and start the meditation. And while she's passing that out, you notice it's white. Why white? White metaphysically represents joy, victory, and purification. We know that Spirit and I are one, and in this higher white stone consciousness, or Christ consciousness within ourselves, we learn our new name, an entirely new realization of our true I am. As we surrender and allow Spirit to speak to us in the silence, we make space for unlimited possibility. So don't argue. Do you ever do that? Do you listen for Spirit's voice and then argue? You want me to do what? When? You know, I remember hearing the call to ministry. You want me to be a what? My father actually laughed. He's like, this old hippie is going to be like, what? A minister? I am a minister of God's work. I have grown into that vision. I live it, I breathe it, I believe it. I behave around it most of the time. And then I forgive myself the rest of the time. I see the one I want. Thank you, my love. So, have your feet on the ground, grounded. Let go of everything you have planned for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week, for the rest of your lives, for what happened yesterday, the day before, your first family. Let it all go. And with that energy, that song of praise, take that into meditation right now. Take 3 slow, deep breaths into the center of your soul. Release any tension, any busyness, activity of your thinking. Allow that to be suspended. Rest in this right here and right now moment. Surrendering, becoming pliable, open, and receptive. There's only one power, one presence, active in the universe and in our lives. And it is active and present with us right here, right now, and in the form the Holy Spirit, God's active messenger, is awaiting delivery to each one of us, a special message, a special word, or a short little phrase that can have a great import, a great influence in the coming year, and help us to transform our lives. That message, that word, that short phrase that you hear in that inner chamber of the silence, that is intended specifically for you. The hidden mana that is intended for you as you continue to surrender. That word or phrase will just simply, gently rest, persistently rest right there in the center of your consciousness. There won't be an argument with other words that might be coming. Just be present. You will know it when you know it, when you've heard it with that inner ear, the ear of the soul. You are a child of the Most High. You are a divine emanation of spirit. It is God's good pleasure to give you the keys to the kingdom. Ours is to receive that. To receive that requires us to get into that position of neutrality, that position of openness, that position of surrender. We surrender all thoughts of littleness, all thoughts of shame, guilt, anger, fear. We surrender to the altar and we receive that new name that we will write on our own personal white stone that will become our sacred intention for the coming year. So as we prepare to go into the silence for a few moments and listen to the urgings of spirit, we feel that last resistance receding away from us, even right now, to help us be more open to this right here, right now moment, in a space of surrender, openness, receptivity, the silence. We begin to draw our attention back into the sanctuary. You have heard that word or phrase. Take a moment now, write it onto your white stone. Gently write it down and hold it sacred to your heart. Affirm that intention to contain that message, to hold that message for yourself. Treat that sacred importance with the reverence that it deserves. Hold that word, that intention, close to your heart as you write it down. Look at it. Read it back to yourself. Take a moment to gently thank Spirit for that wisdom. Thank Spirit for that gift, for that intention that holds the power to transform not only your life, but potentially transform the lives of everyone you connect with in the coming year. We don't need to know how to do these things, how to achieve what this intention is, this purpose is. All we need to do is be willing to allow Spirit to work through us to achieve that end. So each and every day, maybe many times during each day, we bring that willingness to the table. And when we feel our own fear, our own resistance getting in the way, commit to surrendering yet once again. that agenda Spirit has for me, has for you in the coming year is likely greater than any intention you could hold for yourself. That's because God sees us as magnificent. God sees us as grand. God sees us as all-powerful. And with that power comes great responsibility. That is our work. We must be willing to become responsible for our own transformation. So, as we close, we say thank you, living, loving Spirit, for this wisdom that has been imparted here this morning to me, to you, to all of us, to our friends who are with us online. Hold all of that in your mind, reminding ourselves that we take personal responsibility for the transformation of our lives as we move forward into the new year. Say with me, please, I take personal responsibility for the quality of life's activity going on in my inner life. I clean up what is mine to clean up. And I make myself of service to my community. I do my best through my expression and my example to inspire others. And what a wonderful new day it is, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Now, it is a time for giving. It's our offering time. And we're offering you the opportunity to express all that you have received, all that you have been given, so that it can go out and come back, and go out and come back. This is our practice of the law of circulation. It's like you can't just keep breathing in. At some point, you have to let go and breathe out. And that's as true for breath as it is for love, as it is for money. You have to let go so that it can come back. So this is our time to practice that. And I believe the basket's over here, Corey. Corey will be moving around us with the basket. You can donate here with the basket. You can also go online. There's also a QR code up there that if your phone is working, you can click on that and it'll get you into giving. So we make it easy.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all of your tax-deductible contributions. They're tax-deductible for you guys. Okay. So let's... Let's say our abundance affirmation together. In consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to. Let's do that again. Take it in. In consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to. You know a song? You really don't want me to read this? Ooh. Nope.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. There it is. I am so grateful. All right, let's use that. Let's move along. That was fun.
I'm so glad you guys love me. And are patient and kind.
Yes, we do.
Okay. We have a glorious class that happens once a month on the first Saturday. Reverend Sharon leads it. It is the Art and Science of Spiritual Mind Treatment. And if you want to know the best, most practical tool to set your intention into motion, come to this class, because Sharon is a master teacher. So this first Saturday in January. That's the only announcement. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do one more quick announcement. Reverend Sharon and I talked about this. The evening of blessing was so powerful. And we left the social hall, the classroom area, set up the way it was the night of the blessing. And Diane, who's a practitioner out of the Kansas City Church, and I will be there if you would like to avail yourself of the experience that we all had at the evening of blessings. Okay.
Did you want to mention the nodding project after the service?
I don't know about that. So
Okay.
why don't you come up and talk about it?
No. Okay.
No? No, we're not doing that. Okay. So this is our affirmation for the week. So say it with me. I create exciting new ways to experience and express spirit. I say yes to life. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, oh baby, yes.
And so we have a final song.
Well, we had two more.
Okay, good.
Pick one. Well, this is an original that I wrote, which was really apropos to what you were saying earlier, Reverend Patricia, to shine your light. And that's something that I forget sometimes, that I worry so much about what's going on in the world, and I forget. And Reverend Sharon reminds me that our job is to shine our light. That's how we help save the world, is to shine our light. So. Oh, shoot. Searching for the light in me. Lately,
it's been fading. I try to rise above all of the pain. Why do we need all the suffering? But I know it must be spirits black. All these trials and tribulations help us understand. The answer has always been inside of me. The answer has always been inside of me. Turn on the light, shine your light. Turn on the light, shine your light. Shine the light of love and peace. Shine the light. We are the beacon of healing. We shouldn't carry the burden of the world. When we shine a light, it is our calling. Spirit is Turn on the light, shine your light. Turn on the light, shine your light. Shine the light of love and peace. Sing it with us. Turn on the light, turn on the light, turn on the light, turn on the It's always been inside.
Yeah.
Before I bring Reverend Patricia up for our benediction, I just want to say hi to Cookie and Ruth because they are coming home right now. And we cannot wait. Am I right? So everybody, Cookie and Ruth! Woo-hoo! Your turn, my friend.
Would you please stand for the benediction and get in our circle when our prayer hand wave? In this moment, in the fullness of all that we have experienced, the letting go, the setting of intent, we feel the divine light honoring us as we honor it in each other. And we are the blessing that we take out into the world. And so for all this and more, we give thanks. And so it is.
Happy New Year!
And if you will join us